All right, it's time for another episode of Vibe Code Rescue. In this episode, I'm going to take this expression and I'm going to pull a parameter out of the duration input method. So instead of passing in a number of seconds, I will pass a duration object in directly. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is create a new scope. That makes it easier when you're doing introduce parameter with TypeScript in Visual Studio Code. And the other thing I'm going to do is look at where this default value parameter that I want to replace is used. And I see it's used in two places. And actually, it really is used the exact same way in two places. Just there's two different ways to create a duration right now. So I'm going to take this constant and I'm going to define it in the outer scope. And then I will delete the interior one and replace the other use with the same constant. So now I have one place, I have one expression where I am creating the duration object. Now I need a new parameter in my properties interface. So I'll make a default duration, make it optional, make it of type duration. That's not going to change anything. The system will still compile because this is an optional parameter. Now what I want to do is make it so that everywhere where I'm passing in default value, I'm also passing in default duration, but with the correct value. So to do that, I'm going to go to wherever default value is used and also specify the default duration. I'm going to take the expression that I copied and paste it. And of course, we're going to break compilability for just a second here. It's going to say, I don't know what default value is, but I do because I'm passing it right here. I'm defining it. So I'll just copy the value and paste it. And then I'll repeat that process. I will create another default duration parameter. I'll paste in the correct expression. I'll use the warning from the compiler and paste in the correct amount of default value. This no longer needs to be optional because it's defined everywhere. So I'll get rid of its optionality. And once I've removed its optionality, that means that I can destructure it and use it in place of this constant. So I'll delete the constant. And I no longer need that extra scope. So I'll get rid of it. And I've eliminated all usages of default value. I'm using the default duration object instead. So I will remove that destructured parameter. And that allows me to kind of do the reverse process to delete the property I'm trying to replace. So I make this optional and I go to the usages, I delete the usages, go to the other usage, delete it, and now I don't need default value at all. And I can get rid of the to-do list, the to-do item that I had put there to remind me to do this before. So now I no longer have a default value number parameter. Instead, I have a nice structured duration object that I am passing in.